Recently, when I went to the supermarket to get my groceries and I walked up to the cashier, which looked not really motivated and a bit depressed kind of, maybe from the numbing work of those hundreds of customers that just walk through every day. And then when I paid for my food, I looked her in the eyes and said, "I wish you a good day." And her face, which was like this, like doing her stuff, she looked at me and went, "Thanks, you too." Now, why am I telling you this? This story might sound really small and not that important, but to me personally, small gestures show just a small part of the way you live every day. The reason why I'm making this video is essentially to make you a little bit more happy and just remind you of something that you probably know, but of which you're not always maybe 100% completely aware of in the small daily gestures that you're doing or not doing. So it concerns those little gestures in which you interact with the people that you meet daily, may they be your family or even strangers. I've had the idea of talking about this topic in a video for a while, but I picked it up yesterday again because I'm in Costa Rica now, and it's one of the only countries you can travel to right now. And there are so many tourists around here in the place where I am. And I realized again that when you actually pass people, when you're like walking on a small road, there are people that look at you, and there are people that are just like looking at their phone or looking on the ground, looking somewhere else. And my goal is not to judge anyone, it's just interesting to see how different people act in different ways. So for me personally, of course, if there are thousands of people, I'm not gonna like look in the eyes of everyone and say hola or hi. But if it's just a few people you're passing, I mean, just small eye contact and a little smile or a little head nod, to me, makes sort of a big difference. I'm guessing the reason why I find this important is from an evolutionary perspective. People used to live in tribes and little villages, and you wouldn't be able to survive by yourself. So people had to work together in a village in order to survive, because they would build stuff together and they would grow food together, etc. And if you were alone, the chances of you dying would be much more high. And the connection with this whole eye contact topic to me is that if you look people in the eye, if you give positive energy or just show respect, it's actually some form of acknowledgement, like I see you, I acknowledge you, I accept your presence, and I accept you the way you are, is such a fundamental thing for us humans, I think. And by spreading this atmosphere, I also believe you can make the day of another person better. And typical other examples for daily gestures are in public transport. When old people get on the bus or in the train and they're trying to find a seat, just make the seat free for them, because they're old and they're probably just gonna fall. So just make the seat free for old people or maybe women with little babies, etc. Because for me, it's so sad to see in my hometown in Switzerland how many young people, maybe even actually adults, who are, for example, just watching their phones, or maybe even they look at the people, but they don't stand up. They don't get the idea to make space for people that might need this seat more than themselves. And there was another small interesting situation a few weeks ago. I was sitting on a terrace in a restaurant, and there was this piece of plastic that was like flying around on the floor because the wind was so strong. And I just sat down with my takeaway food, and I watched this piece of plastic like flying around on the floor, and like it landed in front of the feet of other people. And come on, they saw it, but they didn't pick it up. So I was like watching this piece of plastic and like eating my food for a few minutes. And then when it landed in front of my feet, I picked it up and put it in the trash. And I was just thinking like, why don't you just pick it up and put it in the trash if you see that it's right in front of you? You are in it was a ski resort, and you're actually enjoying skiing or snowboarding, you're enjoying nature, but you see a piece of trash in front of you flying around and you don't pick it up and put it in the trash? Come on. So to me, it's just these little gestures in our daily life where you are aware of the people around you and the nature around you and the way you live. So what I'm asking you for in this video is to become more aware of your daily gestures, whether it be in your daily life at home or if you go on holidays, maybe you're going to come to Costa Rica. And how are you going to deal with people that you see on a daily basis? And when you go traveling, are you just going to be that touristic consumer who just consumes and doesn't get to know local people, or doesn't learn the local language, just speaks English and just expects from locals to speak English too, or things like that? So just thinking about the little things in which you live your daily life. To wrap up this video, I would recommend you to check out the books that I have in the video description, because I think reading helps to become more mindful and to reflect on your own life and the way you live. And this way, making your own life better and the life of others, your family, friends, and strangers better. Also, by using the links in the video description, you can support me because I will receive a small commission if you order one of these books. On the other hand, if you want to support me, you can click on the Patreon link in the video description and make a monthly donation of, for example, of $1. This way you can support my YouTube channel and the work that I do here with these videos. I wish you a very, very great day, and I'll see you soon.